Shalom Akim. Call hello Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah, Ba'ashem, Vocab, showing us in double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Much peace, love, and salutations to you Akim out there pushing the word, considering the truth. It's the brother Ariello. In this lesson, I just want to talk about Vocab Malone is astonished by the belief and faith of Great Millstone. Vocab Malone is astonished by the belief and faith of Great Millstone. And, the scriptures talk about how this word was going to be spread out all across the four corners of the earth, and it was going to come up as a testimony against all the other nations and peoples, and a testimony for our deliverance through Yahushua. And, because Great Millstone is at the forefront of really preaching the word, it's catching more and more ears and eyes of people. Now, Vocab Malone has spent the last 10 years following the Hebrew Israelites, or studying the Hebrew Israelites, or 8 to 10 years. I don't know how long exactly. Kind of researching and really kind of coming up against the Hebrew Israelites. But I took note of this particular video that the brothers had sent out of something that he said about Great Millstone. And it's something that we noticed early on, not just by Vocab Malone, but also Jesus is the Word, and other Edomite detractors, other Christian detractors. Because within Christianity, there is this energy of, you might meet a Christian that's very, very sincere and true, and like they truly believe, but most of the Christians you meet are just going through the motions. They have not been moved by the doctrine of the word. And one of the things that you do know about Great Millstone is you see the passion. You see the passion because, when we heard this word, we were moved by it. And that passion comes out. And that's one of the things Vocab Malone attests to. When you go to the book of, actually, I want to go to 2 Corinthians, the 6th chapter. And there's a commendation going out to the ministry. And there's a mindset that Paul is speaking to. I want to read it. 2 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 1 says, "We then, as workers together with him, beseech you also that ye receive not the grace of the Most High in vain. For he saith, I have heard thee in a time accepted. In the day of salvation I have secured thee. Behold, now is the accepted time. Behold, now is the day of salvation. Giving no offense in anything, that the ministry be not blamed. But in all things approving ourselves as the ministers of the Most High, in much patience, in afflictions, in necessities, in distresses, in stripes, in imprisonments, in tumults, in labors, in watchings, in fastings, by pureness, by knowledge, by long suffering, by kindness, by the Holy Spirit, by love unfeigned, by the word of truth, by the power of the Most High, by the armor of righteousness on the right hand and on the left, by honor and dishonor, by evil report and good report, as deceivers and yet true." All of these things are things that are going to befall the ministers of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah, but we have to make sure to maintain a steadfast mindset in the confession of the word and the glorification of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah, and to keep pressing forward through all these things, that the ministry be not blamed. Suffering or pain precedes passion. Okay? You're going to have to go through it. You're going to have to earn it. And we want the kingdom of heaven. There's a process. And that's in anything. I don't care if you want to be a great basketball player, they ain't going to be with you shooting in the gym. But the glory of the championship on the court is what everybody sees. It's the same way that we liken that as this journey or this pilgrimage through, to the kingdom. So we get honor and dishonor, evil report and good report, as deceivers and yet true. And we see a good example of this with Vocab Malone. Okay? Even in verse 9, it says, "As unknown and yet well known, as dying, and behold, we live, as chastened, but not killed, as sorrowful, yet always rejoicing, as poor, yet making many rich, as having nothing, yet possessing all things. Okay? And so when we see Vocab, he really is astonished by the honesty, the passion, the belief, the faith, of Great Millstone. To him, it's blind faith. He wants the Most High to show him definitively everything. And this is where these Christians fall short. They don't have that faith. But I want to play this clip because we were kind of chatting back and forth about it. And you can tell, like, when Vocab Malone, he came out to Dallas one time. He's gone to several camps. But one of the things that he has to be honest about is there is a sincerity, a belief, and a faith, and a steadfastness that Great Millstone exudes, because we don't have any gimmicks. We're not playing any games. We are out there because we truly believe in this. Okay? And I don't think he's really met many people that have that type of belief. Now, let me play this clip.
In certain ways, people see me go back and forth with GMS the most. But I honestly think GMS is some of the most sincere guys around.
I agree.
Now, I think some of their doctrine is some of the worst.
Yes.
And so I've done videos on them called the worst of the worst. But as far as their sincerity, because they don't do it for glitz and glam, and I'm not saying every other camp does, but they're a lot more kind of like, we're just doing this. And I'll be honest with you, I think a lot of them are a little bit more honest. I asked them a question, and they'll try to give me an honest answer if they'll talk to me. And most of the time, GMS will talk to me. That's another thing I appreciate about them. They're willing to engage dialogue. Even though you see them do some wild things like that GMS Bay Area camp, someone needs to call them.
And one of the things that he says we're willing to engage, it's because we're not afraid of you, Vocab. We're not afraid of your oppositional points. We believe in what we believe in what we've read. We believe in the Spirit. We believe in what the prophecies say. We believe that we are the Hebrew Israelites. We believe that Yahweh Shem Yahushua is going to raise us up to be a great, powerful nation over all the kingdoms of the earth. And you can't stop it. Okay? In the book of Luke, the 21st chapter, in the 15th verse, it says, "For I will give you a mouth and wisdom, which all your adversaries shall not be able to gainsay nor resist." And you're not going to be able to stop this. The more people that try to come up against Great Millstone, the bigger Great Millstone gets. That's why we call ourselves the juggernauts of this thing. The more hate that you spew towards us, the more we spread and grow. All right? You cannot gainsay nor resist this doctrine. The Most High is the one that's building this thing up. And yes, we have faith in what we believe in. That's why you see and feel that sincerity. And you don't get that from a lot of these other groups too. Why? Because they built a lot of their ministry around gimmicks. They built a lot of their ministry around ego. There's a lot of slave mentality that drives what they do to kind of feel tough. We are UPK. We need to feel tough. That's why we got these Oakleys on. We got these boots on because it makes me feel like a strong man. Well, we are out here meek and humble. We go out on the highways and byways with sackcloth. We're not out here to look cute. We're not out here to impress people with enticing words, as the scriptures say. Right? Philippians chapter 4, verse 6 says, "Be careful for nothing, but in everything by prayer and supplication, with thanksgiving let your requests be made known unto the Most High. And the peace of the Most High, which passeth all understanding, shall keep your hearts and minds through Hamashiach Yahushua. Finally, brethren, whatsoever things are true, whatsoever things are honest, whatsoever things are just, whatsoever things are pure, whatsoever things are lovely, whatsoever things are of good report, if there be any virtue, if there be any praise, think on these things. Those things which ye have both learned and received and heard and seen in me, do. And the Most High of peace shall be with you." And we believe that. "But I rejoice in the Lord greatly that now at the last your care of me has flourished again, wherein ye also wherein ye were also careful, but ye lacked opportunity. Not that I speak in respect of want, for I have learned in whatsoever state I am therewith to be content. I know both how to be abased, and I know how to abound. Everywhere and in all things I am instructed both to be full and to be hungry, both to abound and to suffer need. I can do all things through Hamashiach Yahushua, which strengthens me. And that's the mindset that we have. And that's the mindset that we carry. And that's the mindset people feel when they're around us. There is a godly sincerity when you truly believe something. And this is the expression that Vocab Malone is making, you know. Skipping over to 1 Corinthians, the 2nd chapter, when you go to the first verse, I'm going to just read the first verse and read quickly. It says, "And I, brethren, when I came to you, came not with excellency of speech or of wisdom, declaring unto you the testimony of the Most High. For I determined not to know anything among you save Yahweh Mashiach and him crucified." We ain't coming with no trying to convince you with some, flowery words. We're not trying to wear some fancy Hebrew Israelite garment to make you impressed. We ain't doing no rap videos. We ain't trying to make, no, we're coming with you with the word. And that's it. Okay? And either you with it or you're not. We sincerely believe that this is what the Most High says, so that's what we go out and declare. In the 3rd verse it says, "I was with you in weakness and in fear and in much trembling, and my speech and my preaching was not with enticing words of man's wisdom, but in demonstration of the Spirit and power." And that's what Vocab Malone witnessed when he gets around the great millstone camps, when he came to Dallas, when he went out to Chicago. No enticing words of man's wisdom, but demonstration of the Spirit with power. All right? That your faith should not stand in wisdom of men, but in the power of the Most High. And that's where our faith stands. Okay? It don't stand in some flowery words that some man has said. We truly believe in the doctrine. And it comes out in our demeanor, in our action, and our character. Okay? So I'm going to play the rest of this.
That Gms'S Bay Area camp, that Bay Area camp is wild.
But the Chicago
camp's number 2 in my opinion. Now, I dealt with them, and there was about 40 of them, 20 on this side, 20 on that side. And a brother came up to me and said, well, I was talking to another guy who was, I dubbed him the man of peace at the camp. I said, there's a man of peace almost in every group. You use the man of peace. And I wasn't BSing him. I felt like he was the guy I could actually have a conversation. While I was talking to this man that I described as the man of peace, this other dude came over and just looking at me. And I was like, why is this guy looking at me? So I looked, hey, brother, what's up? He said, I just want to stab you in the throat right now.
That's how they talk.
And it's just such a strange thing. It's like, I'm sitting there thinking, would I ever say that to anybody? Especially, but I think he was sincere about that too. But so Gms'S, I think, is the most sincere, authentic, and honest. IUIC, very professional, very image conscious, very smart, kind of in certain ways the most scary because how organized they are. And I think they're going to become kind of like the Scientology of Hebrew Israelism, ready to sue people and do this and do that. But they're not very honest. The bigger they grow, the more they try to distance themselves.
This guy, he's totally infatuated with the Hebrew Israelite movement, and he's totally sunken in. And at this point, the Most High is just using him as a way to filter people and also bring in more believers, because everything that Vocab is doing is only increasing our numbers. And Great Millstone has exploded, continues to explode worldwide. And the more people do these videos and highlight who we are, the more people click on the videos to see what we're really talking about so they can make a decision for themselves. And what ends up happening is they end up saying, man, these guys are making a lot of sense. And because you're not going to do anything except really, really learn the scriptures if you watch our videos. And that's what's happened. And that's even what's happened to Vocab Malone. His knowledge of the scriptures has increased because of his association and affiliation with the Hebrew Israelites. Now, he's not spiritually discerned, so there's a block there. But the Christians don't be into the scriptures like that. They don't be into the scriptures like that. They're only into the scriptures like that because they need to argue with us now to try to slow down our momentum. But it's doing nothing but speed it up. But you can see how he's astonished by just the faith and belief, man. And we're gonna keep rolling. We're gonna keep rolling, man. We're gonna keep this thing going. All right, all through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Shai, everything is just continuing to grow and grow and grow. And thank you, Vocab Malone, for continuing to highlight who we are. And you're doing nothing but waking more people up. You're not waking them up. Of course, it's Yahweh Shem Shai, but He's using you as a vessel. That's why I read there in the 2 Corinthians, the 6th chapter, as deceivers and yet true, as unknown yet well known. It's just the way it goes down. Okay, so I'm gonna finish with this. 2 Corinthians, the 4th chapter, and got started at the top. Therefore, seeing we have this ministry, as we have received mercy, we faint not, but have renounced the hidden things of dishonesty, not walking in craftiness, nor handling the word of the Most High deceitfully. And so that's the report that even comes from Vocab Malone is, man, like, these guys are honest. They're sincere. They truly believe. Call hello Yahweh Shem Shai. And this is really a testament from our leaders. Through the Spirit, the Most High has led Apostle Har, Apostle Bar, Apostle Rakal, Apostle Ramlab to be just excellent leaders and raise up good fruit, all across the world. Good fruit, and we praise the Most High for that. We give double honor to our elders for that spirit, and we want to continue to until Yahushua returns. It says, but by manifestation of the truth, commending ourselves to every man's conscience in the sight of the Most High. See how we commend ourselves even to the conscience of Vocab. He had to recognize. It says, but if our gospel be hid, it is hid to them that are lost, in whom the God of this world hath blinded the minds of them which believe not, lest the light of the glorious gospel of Hamashiach, who is the image of the Most High, should shine unto them. The Most High don't want this for everybody. He's elective. He's selective. He's choosy. Verse 5. For we preach not of ourselves, but Hamashiach Yahushua the Lord, and ourselves your servants for Yahushua's sake. For the Most High, who commanded the light to shine out of darkness, have shined in our hearts to give the light of the knowledge of the glory of the Most High in the face of Yahushua Hamashiach. But we have this treasure in earthen vessels, that the excellency of the power may be of the Most High and not of us. So, these earthen vessels, these tattered bodies that we have, and when you hear the word, you that's what you're focused on. Because we're in this sinful flesh. So we don't get no appreciation or glory. All the glory goes to Yahweh Shem Shai. It's a miracle that we're waking up. It's a miracle when you hear these words coming out, these prophecies being broken down. It's a miracle all the brothers that's waking up all across the world and praising the Most High and teaching this doctrine, this excellent wisdom. That light is shining out. Call Lord Yahweh Shem Shai. Right? Verse 8 says, we are troubled on every side, yet not distressed. We are perplexed, yet not in despair. And even when you see some of these things, you go through that same emotion. We're troubled on every side. Man, what's side nigga, man? Side nigga, man. Okay, leave us alone. Da, 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 da. But we're not distressed. We know it's just a part of the game. We know it's just a part of the process. We know pain precedes passion. Discipline comes before passion. Right? They talk about the passion of Hamashiach, the passion of Christ. He had to go through it before that glory. Same thing here, and this is a part of it. Right? We are troubled on every side, yet not distressed. We are perplexed, but not in despair. Persecuted, but not forsaken. Cast down, but not destroyed. Always bearing about in the body the dying of the Lord Yahushua, that the life also of Yahushua might be made manifest in our body. See? For we which live are always delivered unto death for Yahushua's sake, that the life also of Yahushua might be made manifest in our mortal flesh. So that death worketh in us, but life in you. Okay? We, having the same spirit of faith, according as it is written, I believed, and therefore I have spoken. We also believe, and therefore speak. Knowing that he which raised up the Lord Yahushua shall raise up us also by Yahushua, and shall present us with you. For all things are for your sakes, that the abundant grace might through the thanksgiving of many redound to the glory of the Most High. For which cause we faint not, But though our outward man perish, yet the inward man is renewed day by day. Right? So the whole point is we believed and therefore we spoke. And this is what Vocab approached whenever he came up to a Great Millstone camp, whenever he watches all of our videos, whenever he's listening to the Apostle Tahar and all the other apostles and all the elders and brothers and all this different state camps. One thing he has to recognize is godly sincerity. He has to recognize extreme faith and belief and a motivation or a determination for Yahweh's glory to be cast out all across the four corners of the earth. All right, and so I think that this turned out to be praise, to Yahweh Shah first, but also to all those men that are standing so stiffly in the face of everything that's going on right now, man. So I just wanted to make that point. I felt like it was very interesting, this seeing his infatuation and even Sinetta's infatuation, and we're gonna see how it ends as prophecy continues to roll, man. Call Allah Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah, Ba'ashem Rakah HaKodash. Double honors once again to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Much peace, love, and salutations to you, Akim, out there pushing the word, sincerity, and truth. Shalom.